Jimmy G coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers on what looks like a pretty good deal, okay? A 4th-round pick this year, a conditional 4th-round pick next year that could slide up to a second, likely will slide up to a second. That is from The Athletic's Tim Kawakami. What a great name. Mm-hmm. Tim Kawakami. Not only will this happen, he predicts, but he predicts that it will happen by the end of the month, which people do not know is Monday.
Yeah,
Monday.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Steelers will have their starting veteran quarterback, and it will be Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's buy or sell. We've never done a buy or sell. Buy or sell. The Pittsburgh Steelers will have Jimmy Garoppolo trade in place because it can't actually go through until the 16th, but they will have a trade in place by the end of February, by Monday. He's writing buy.
Gonna sell.
What are the odds that actually happens?
I understand the interest in Jimmy Garoppolo as a bridge quarterback for the Steelers.
Yeah.
It happened by Monday.
Monday.
Oh,
by Monday.
On, man.
You'd have to already be so deep into talks.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to be there.
I'm not buying
And, like, there's no way that San Francisco's like, it's the end of February. The league year hasn't even started. We can't technically even agree on trades. Aaron Rodgers hasn't made his announcement yet, so we don't know what's going on there. Derek Carr's still in Vegas, so we don't know what's going on there. But we're going to give up a 4th. We're going to give up a 4th-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo. That doesn't make any sense.
Can we talk about Jimmy G? Because I feel like we really haven't touched on him out of all the other quarterbacks. Just in terms of the compensation for that trade, a 4th-round pick, then a conditional 4th-round pick in 2023, which, like you said, probably does get bumped up to a 2nd-round pick. Yep. That for a probably like suitable guy under center isn't terrible. Is not terrible, especially whenever you consider what was the PFF mock draft that had Derek Carr going to the Steelers for pick number 20 and then a 4th-round pick, right?
And then a 4th round, I believe.
Don't know about that.
Don't know about
but
that.
Here's the thing. $26.95 million cap hit. He's on his last year of his deal.
Yep.
If you trade for Jimmy G, you have to extend him, right? Like you are not going to give up that draft capital to only have him for 1 year and then let him walk. And I know the Steelers kind of had a history of doing this whenever it comes to like 4th and 5th round picks. I mean, just the last couple of years, Kevin Colbert has done so. He's handed those picks out like candy. But this is a quarterback. This is a quarterback to where if you're taking on that kind of quarterback money and you're giving up that sort of capital to where it will turn him to a 2nd and a 4th-round pick, you're going to want to extend him. But on the off chance that you don't, and Jimmy G is just here for 1 year to provide the Steelers a solid chance of winning over Mason Rudolph, or B, the ability to let a rookie quarterback come here and kind of sit and let him develop for a season before Jimmy G hits the road and he takes over. Even his play on the field, not even talking about the Steelers' future, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is a good quarterback.
No.
I really do not think Jimmy Garoppolo is a good quarterback. I think he is a product of Shanahan's offense in San Francisco. I think he's very much helped by that tremendous defense that he had in San Francisco. And I understand the Steelers also have quite the defense as well. But watching Jimmy Garoppolo going from a Kyle Shanahan offense with so many weapons around him and such great play calling and such beautiful offensive design in San Francisco to what the Steelers currently have in Matt Canada and the cinder block feet offensive lineman that Jimmy G is going to be running for his life behind. It just doesn't make sense for me. It does not make sense for me. And then he's good enough, and this goes back to my point about Aaron Rodgers. He's good enough to play and contend in the NFC, but can he do it in the AFC for the reasons I had already mentioned about Aaron Rodgers? Is Jimmy Garoppolo winning a shootout with any of the quarterbacks I mentioned? Burrow, Mahomes, Allen?
No, he could barely win a shootout with Dak Prescott. And the NFC West or East, say what you want to say about them, but that's 6 easy wins. Dallas Cowboys. I agree. There's no way that Jimmy G, you could come to Pittsburgh, okay? If you're gonna trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, you have the same mindset that you have trading for Aaron Rodgers. They're gonna come here, they're gonna win us a Super Bowl. Well, Jimmy Garoppolo has not won a Super Bowl. He has not proven to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He comes to Pittsburgh, he has a worse team, a much worse offensive coordinator, and you're gonna say, go win a Super Bowl. That just the equation's not there. And I get the whole 4th-round pick, that's a low compensation, but to give up a 2nd-round pick. Now, if this was 2 straightforward 4th-round picks, I would like that.
Sure.
I would be like, yeah, you know what? It's $6 million cap hit. That's a little rough, but maybe we could rework that, extend you a year. I'm sure it would work out for Jimmy G. You could go draft a quarterback, have him sit back there. There's really not a lot of pressure. And chances are Jimmy G is going to win you some games. But
and
he's not going to win you
that's the appealing part about Jimmy Garoppolo is that if you get like a good defense with him and you get just like the offense you're supposed to run with him, all he has to do is not turn the ball over and you're going to win 8 to 9 games a year. Now, getting far into the postseason and getting yourself to a Super Bowl, that's a completely different story. But Jimmy G, for what it's worth, and I know I've kind of slandered him a little bit for what it is worth, he has done his job fairly well in San Francisco, but my point of view, I think a lot of that success can be attributed to the surrounding pieces to him, not necessarily his sole talent.
Yeah. Plus, I think the part of this that's getting somewhat passed up is people forget that Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt all the time. Yeah. And you're going to have a guy like Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett or Matt Corral or Desmond Ridder or Sam Howell sitting behind Jimmy Garoppolo. There's zero chance that when he goes down with an injury in week 4, that the crowd, the fans are going to allow the Pittsburgh Steelers to put him back in after a rookie is in there, no matter who it is. If Desmond Ridder went onto that field, won 2 games, the Pittsburgh Steelers fans are over. There's no more Jimmy Garoppolo. We are Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell, whatever. That's our quarterback. I'm not saying it's as strong as Mason Rudolph. I'm just saying that if you're going to deal with a quarterback who gets hurt as much as Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt, you have to expect some backlash. And I just don't think that the Pittsburgh Steelers really want that. And I truly don't believe Matt Canada would handle that so terribly. So terribly.
So here's my thing. If the San Francisco 49ers moved up last year to number 3 to go get Trey Lance.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're trying to ship Jimmy G off. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you not look at that and say, okay, if the 49ers, who are a very well-run organization and very good football team, they just go to their 2nd NFC Championship game in 3 years. They are a very well-run football team. If they don't want him and they don't think they can make it work with him, how's he going to go to the SHIT show in Pittsburgh?
Yep.
And all of a sudden make it work. There is not some switch that clicks in these guys' heads. It's remarkable.
Jimmy Garoppolo is not a better quarterback than Ben Roethlisberger was in 2021. That's the end of discussion. That is where it is. Ben Roethlisberger led them to 1 playoff game. Jimmy Garoppolo will not even lead them there. I agree with you.